Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new kind of video that I'm gonna be trying out. We're gonna be watching some. We're gonna be watching some gameplay uh, from Eclipse, from some of my Eclipse runs that I do on my stream, twitch.tv/Bunnnun, by the way. And we're gonna be looking at the early game, specifically the first few stages, like first 3 or 4 stages, right? A lot of times, people are trying to improve at Eclipse, and they are, worried about these big macro decisions that are very important, but kind of overlook the simpler macro decisions that go through people's minds, but don't really think about, right? So we're just gonna kind of watch a few runs and go through the first few stages and just kind of see how we approach the game in general, so that we can be rewarded for these higher level macro decisions that we're so used to making, and all these big, big brain plays that we want to do. It starts with the little brain plays, so we're going to start with the little brain plays. We're going to go through and watch and see exactly what happens. Let's turn some sound on so we can hear what we're saying. Nice pickle. Cool. We're on Distant Roost. First things first, something I want to bring up to you, if you will direct your attention here. We have a list of objectives in our mind. Cool. So excuse my beautiful handwriting. Objectives, right? We got things that we need to do. We got a little to-do list, right? And this is going to change based on the stage, but for now, we can think about it in a few different steps. Step one, we'll say, is info. Holy moly, I have to redo that. Wait. Info, right? First thing we need is info. Before anything else, we need to know what's happening on the map. After that, we can look at loot. And then after that, obviously we can look at boss. Holy, I can't even spell boss. Don't mind me. And then at the very end, after the TP, we'll have extra stuff. Cool. So this is the general gameplay loop of what we're going to be thinking about in the first few stages. So let's look at Distant Roost. Boom. That's it. That's Distant Roost right there. Roost. It's a big circle, right? So as you know, we are probably, I think we're right here on the map. So we spawn just about here. And because you are a Risk of Rain veteran, you understand that the TP is going to be somewhere on the opposite side of the map, either there or somewhere like that. I cheated. I already know where it is. It's in the little cubby. It's in the little cubby right here. Boom. TP. Cool. So this is the first step, info, right? Info. Where's the TP? Where are we? And then how do we move? So we'll look at our list a bit more, but let's just see what happens. So right now, the only thing on our mind is info. We are looking at chests, we're looking at printers, and we are looking for the TP. The point we're at right now, we are probably not going to have enough money to loot more than 1 or 2 chests. So we kind of want to grab things that are on our way. Right, sticking around this little area here, just because it's a nice little guy. Right, we can go to the little cubby area because it's easy to explore. And we find the TP. Cool. So, TP, done. Let's look at this. Check it. Info, check. We know where the TP is, right? We know what the stage looks like because we already know, like we played on it before. So we know TP is here. We know we spawn here. Boom, info, done. Next thing, loot. Right? In order to efficiently loot, we want to try and beeline directly away from the TP. Right? The way I like to think about it, are these little Wi-Fi lines, right? So we want to direct ourselves towards the TP to efficiently loot. So once we know where it is, we go to the furthest point away from it and then we slowly clear our way back to the TP, kind of like this. Cool. Let's see what we do. Beeline straight away. Let's see. Actually, haven't played Huntress in a while. Alright, cool. And you'll see that we immediately head to the other side of the map.
I ended up like losing on Huntress. It was crazy.
We're going to kill some things on the way because we need some money. Right now we don't have enough to buy a chest. So if one shows up on our way, we won't be able to afford it. So obviously we want to try and kill things. Cool. And so we're going to go to the opposite side of the map. And now what you're probably thinking is, wait, now we're heading back towards the TP, right? What the heck? We just moved all the way over here, and now we're moving straight back towards the TP. What gives? So I want to direct your attention to the glorious side view. Side view, right? This is what the stage looks like from the side, so to speak. We got the base layer down here, and then we got the upper layer up here. Technically, there is a smaller layer down here, but we don't really talk about that. So, if we're thinking that we, the TP is here, and we want to move as far away from the TP as we can, that means both horizontally and vertically in order to efficiently clear down, right? Now, never mind the fact that especially our character as Huntress, we can just jump down from here and just go down, right? Whatever. It doesn't matter. Even on mobile characters, we can use this little cheat to walk up from the side. Whatever. But when it comes to the areas we are looking to loot, the farthest possible way would be horizontally and vertically, so that we can move down. So by the time we follow the pathing down, right, we are either going to end up here or here, which allows us to move this way or allows us to move this way. So either way, this needs to be explored first, as it's the farthest quote-unquote point from the TP. So that's the idea with going up here. Let's see how it plays out. Alright, cool. Very nice. Bro, there's no way I just figured out how to speed it up. Okay, so we move up here. We grab the capacitor. I personally just like capacitor over Prayon. It's up to you, though. Both of them are fine damage items. Right, so immediately we are done. We're going to jump down. Right, so now, the good thing about what we just did, this top part here no longer matters to us. Right, we are completely done with this. Boom. Now it becomes very simple because we don't care about the side view anymore. It is cleared. We know what's up there. Ain't nothing for us. Now we can focus on this circle here, which is our main goal. Cool. Let's see.
It's kind of sad.
So sticky bomb printer. Obviously, we're gonna play for the sticky bomb printer. Spoiler alert: there is a better printer on this stage that I do not see yet. But we end up making it work, so it's fine. But for now, we're thinking sticky bomb printer. Cool. And so, in my mind, the only area we haven't explored yet is this over here. And coincidentally enough, it's like half of the distant roost items are here.
They could hide
kind of unlucky.
from me.
So here, we are kind of in the looting phase. And something I want to bring up is something that we're going to think about quite a bit. But when it comes to looting is actually made up of two parts, right? We have kill or loot. This doesn't actually make sense. Kill / loot. So while we're looting, right, we always want to be doing either kill or loot. Loot is literally opening up the chests. Kill is, well, you know what kill means. You're a machine. So in the looting phase right here, which takes up quite a bit of the stage, we want to understand if we are trying to kill or if we're trying to open things. Obviously, if you are wanting to kill things, you need money, right? If you're wanting to loot things, you need items, right? Crit glasses, items, right? So you either want money or you want items. Very simple. That is all that is, you know, encompassed in the looting part, right? So let's look at it. By this point, we don't have enough money to open the chest, so we are going to kill. We choose to kill here, so we are going to kind of do this. And I know this seems very obvious and very redundant at this point right now, obviously, because like what else can you do? But we are going to be taking these concepts and exploring them in a much wider sense when we get to the different stages. It's just easier to explain on stage 1 because it's so simple. So obviously we need money, so obviously we'll kill things to get the loot because there's really not much else we can do. But it gets much more interesting when there is other things to do, or when there are other things to do. So we got pretty much all the chests that we see, right? I'm pretty confident that we explored everything, every nook and cranny. We have quite a few items, so we can just toss them into the sticky bomb printer because I like sticky bomb, right? Teddy bear we want to keep, so we'll wait to pick up on that. Cool. Very nice. Good stuff. Right, little chest down here we almost forgot. I'm gonna open it up. So we're gonna open it up. Yep. Cool. Teddy bear, not bad. We get 2 teddy bears. Very nice. Probably gonna take crowbar here, but we need some money. So we kill, and then we loot. Easy enough. Cool. So now we are in the TP part. So, as it stands, we have some items. Also, we don't see the goat hoof printer until now, which kind of sucks.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Right, so we are just about done getting items.
Let's see this. So okay, we have to keep that.
Cool, we want to keep that.
So everything.
We're thinking about how we should print goat hooves and sticky bombs. We end up blind printing, which works out in our favor. We get to keep the teddy bear, which is sweet.
Honestly, that's fine.
And so by this point,
Right there was fine.
we're good. We are good. We're sitting here 5 minutes. We are confident we've gotten pretty much everything that we can get on the stage, besides the obviously we know on the map, right? Shoot, what did I just do? So we know on the map that the pickle is right about here. Holy sheesh. Sheesh. So the pickle is just about here. And we got some chests around the pickle so we can get them later, of course. So, looting, done. What's next? This is bothering me, that's not the same size. Looting, done. What's next? Boss, of course. Boss, next. Extra, we can refer to this as the pickle, right? Goal. Oh. Pickle will be extra. So now we're on boss. Cool. But as you can see, we kind of moved in a way that benefits us. We moved this way. We moved, you know, around back here. We covered all of our distance. And then now it's time for the boss. I probably don't have to tell you what boss means. Probably know what that means. We get Vagrant here. Very nice. This spot kind of sucks for Vagrant because it's so small. But we're just going to go ahead and kill him anyways. I like to save Ballista for the boss and use Glaive for the ads. It's a pretty good strategy. Alright, we're going to take minimal damage. Alright, we're going to try and play clean. We're going to dodge. We're going to dodge that, not get hit. And he's dead. Cool. Something extra by this point we could do once we kill the boss is probably look around the stage and scout, but we're kind of in a bad spot, so we can't really look. Nor do we really need to. This isn't important until later stages, but something to keep in mind. So, we finished the boss. We beeline it to the pickle. Right. There's actually no items around here. I think I was smoking. We're gonna kill these guys. Do our thing. right? Charge the pickle. Easy enough. Big guy. Kill him. Good, good, good. Let's look at this here. Obviously for our decisions, we want to look at these and see what we actually want. This is pretty easy, more or less. I think I went with the quail because I like move speed. We like movement, especially, or not especially, sorry, like even on Huntress, who is like a pretty mobile character, we still like this just because it's safe and it's comfortable. Wrap is good here, as well as Wecco just for the damage reduction. Because we pretty much cannot get hit. It'd be very bad if we get hit. I believe we go for those three, and then we go Pickle Path.
Easy.
Cool. Looking at stage recap, 100% we get every item. We got 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 items in 10 minutes. Very nice. Very nice. 13 items in 10 minutes is not bad at all. We full loot, you know, reasonable time, and we get out of here through the pickle. By the way, if you guys are not abusing the pickle pathing, you're not winning. Simple as that. You're not winning. Cool. Reformed altar foot stage. Easy stuff, right? Easy stuff. Same deal. Info. Right? We just got to know what's on the stage. We got to know where the TP is and how to get to it. Same thing here. I'm just going to start a new document. This is too much. I don't want to deal with that. For the most part, big circle once again, right? We spawn somewhere over here. We can assume that TP is somewhere over here or over here, something like that, right? Nice little face right there. We'll say it's right there, just because. Something else, if we look at the side view of this stage. Side. Right, we know that this stage has 3 distinct layers. Each one is smaller than the last. So same kind of deal applies here. We can spend the least amount of time up here, you know, adequate amount of time here, and then the most amount of time at the bottom, just because it's most likely where things are going to be and where enemies are going to be spawning and all that. So we're going to spend most of our time here, which is around here. Good thing about this stage is that it's pretty enclosed, so we can kind of get away with moving all over the place here, kind of like this, right? We don't have to be like Distant Roost where we go here and then here, right? And then we have to be here and then here. Like we can be a little bit more fluid and kind of move where we want to move because we are fast and the stage is kind of small. Cool. So, objectives, info. Let's get some info. Look at what kind of info we get here. Right, so we go around, kill some things. Right, we're looking around, we're looking, as we're doing this, as we're killing things, we're looking at multi-shops. Right, looking at chests, right, big chest there, we probably want a sales star. Looking at printers. All right, what do we got? What can we do? Cool, cool, cool. This is very boring. I'm gonna skip it. All right, okay, so let's go back really quick, actually. TP right here. Cool. So we know where TP is now. Let's go ahead and draw it on our map. Not you. You. It's about where I thought it would be. It's about where I thought it would be. Right? TP. Just about here. Cool. So now we of course want to clear away from it and kind of think about our Wi-Fi lines again. Right? That we can large scope this and then get smaller and smaller as we get in and clear towards the TP. Cool. So we'll see how we hold up on that. Also, by the way, update on this info. Boom. We got info. We know where TP is. We know items, printers, multi-shops on the stage. We are now on the loot, which is loot/kill. So at this point, we know how much chests are going to cost. Right? We know how much money we need roughly. So we can kind of determine, like, we got to kill some more things. If we see, you know, big enemies like, you know, the Greater Wisp, the Elder Lemurian on this stage, the Stone Golems, we want to kill those, right? Those are high priority targets. We could hit the Blood Shrine here as well. I'm not that ballsy though, so we won't. We have determined no card, So we're going to open these, no sales star. And then we're going to head for the TP. Cool. TP, we got Stone Titan. Easy stuff. So we can go ahead in our progression. Right. We have now looted. We have determined what we want to macro. No card, right? No recycler, anything like that. So we are good on that. Now we will boss, and then we will extra. There's no pickle here, so extra will consist of things like, you know, extra ways to spend our money on drones, chests we might have missed, void cradles at the end. That's something I like to do. Stuff like that, right? This is kind of boring. We're kind of just playing around here, right? We kill him, charge the TP. Cool, so as soon as TP's done, right, we have all of our money. We're now in the extra phase. How do we spend our money? How do we want to spend our money? Do we want to use any of these printers? Not really. Trongle could be good in hindsight, but I like guillotine. So look at let's look at a stage recap here, right? So we did pretty much everything we could, right? We missed one chest, kind of sucks. I will say I'm not like the best player ever. I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes, and a lot of times they're gonna consist of void cradles because I forget those all the time. But it's okay. It's okay because we are consistently, for the most part, making good decisions, which will be reflected in our win rate. You know, if we are winning, you know, 80 to 90% of our games, it means that we're, you know, making good calls and we're actively engaged 80 to 90% of the time. It is entirely possible to be actively engaged and winning 100% of your games, but truth be told, I'm not there yet. I'm not that good yet. That's just a mental load thing. But for the most part, we are in it, we are winning it, and we're doing good. So this is something like 20 items, I think. I don't want to count all that, but I think it's 20 items at about 17, 18 minutes, which is not bad. Which is not bad. We basically full cleared here in 18 minutes, and we're pretty, you know, efficient about how we move, right? What we're doing, and how we spend our time throughout the stage, so we know what happens after we move, right? We have information so that by the time we finish the TP, we know what's going on around the stage. And then overall, we're just playing very efficiently. Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete this. Don't mind the sound. Cool. So we're gonna start referring to the list less and less as we go on. But actually, we do want to make a different list. So stage 3. Stage 3. This is where things get interesting because we're gonna take our objective list and we're gonna shake it up. Cool. Stage 3. Right? Boom. Stage 3 and plus. Right? Our objectives are gonna kind of change a little bit. First things first, we are actually going to want to loot. Alright? The reason for this is because in the early game, you are going to be moving at a faster rate than your enemies. You are going to gain information faster than you can process it and like take action with said information. So like opening chests and hitting the TP. But now we're at the point to where we can't do that. So we can't roam the stage first without looting too much and then proceed to loot. We have to kind of flip it. Right, so we can think of TP and loot kind of flipped. We are getting harder enemies, we are getting more enemies, and we are getting more passive gold by doing basically nothing. Like doing the same thing that we are doing on stage 1, but we're just getting more money. And so we can afford to spend more time on looting versus scouting and gathering that kind of information. Like I said, for stages 3 plus. This is most likely going to be the case. Cool. So, we'll do this very simply. Boom. Stage. Sulfur pools looks more like this. Right? We got this kind of thing going on with our different islands and the part in the middle. We spawn over here. We can assume that TP is either over here or over here. I'm going to guess it's over. I'm pretty sure it's over here. So, in the past, right, when we have our to-do list flipped and we have TP first, we want to go here and then immediately beeline away to clear around to it again. But because our list is flipped now, loot and TP, we actually want to move a little bit slower. So you'll see more of this kind of motion from our gameplay, and you'll see us kind of inching our way around, collecting information, yes, but more importantly, collecting loot, kind of like this. And so, moving slower allows us to full loot as we clear the stage, and collect information as we move along. I know that was kind of convoluted, but you'll see that reflected in the gameplay here. Right. As soon as we spawn in, we're not running, we're killing. We're killing. Right, and this is kind of where the, sorry, I swear this is the last time I'm bringing this up. Last time, I promise. This is where looting, right, the whole thing about kill versus loot actually comes into play, right? Don't mind me, I'm just spastic. Right? This is where kill versus loot comes into play. Because now it's going to matter much more to be efficient. So right now, we're in kill mode. We want to kill because we need money. Right? So we're going to see these, you know, big high threat targets where we're going to want to shoot them, right? With our arrow or gun or whatever you're doing, sword if you're that kind of guy. Merc mains, we know what kind of people you are. Right? And so we're kind of moving through, and we're slowly moving through. Right? We've been on the stage for a little bit, and we're not even on the other side of the map yet. Right? Because we're moving slow. Moving slow. And we are keeping ourselves open more so to the idea that we can macro with a card or a recycler. We catch sight of the TP right there. So we know where we need to go next. Far away from it to clear towards it. That still remains the same. Right, so we're going to try and do that. But because we're not checking the whole stage before we go, we are more open to the idea of there being a card, there being a recycler, there being a scrapper, printer, anything like that that allows us to manipulate RNG. We're more open to that because we are less aware of the stage over a long period of time. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Cool, so we're walking around. We're on the third little island here. Right? Going through. We're going to collect items. Right? Until we've moved around enough to the point where, you know, we want to hit the TP. We're going for the, whatchamacallit, the newt. We're going to do some weird stuff to get there. You know, whatever. Cool. And so by this point, right, we are done with killing and looting. That is good. And we are now at the TP. Right? Obviously, we go boss and then extra at the end. Easy stuff. This is very much more simple than like in the beginning of the game. Again, at stage 3+. So that's kind of what's going on in our brain right now. Easy. TP. Right. You get Dune Striders. Easy stuff. We're gonna kill them. Alright. Cool. Charge TP. That took a while. Let's look at stage recap. That looks horrendous. Cool. Stage recap. We missed the chest in Void Cradle, like I said. This is the bane of my existence. I hate it. I hate it. But for the most part, we got pretty much everything. We moved efficiently. We did forget the Chrysalis, which I hate myself for, but it's alright, you know, it's whatever. But we moved efficiently, and we are leaving with a good amount of items at 28 minutes. Good time.
Oh my god, I'm so stupid.
Good time. Right, from here on out, it's kind of standard gameplay. There's a lot less to talk about. So we're gonna go to Abyssal. You know, same deal here. I don't have to draw the whole circle, but you know the deal. Circle, we spawn, you know, somewhere here. TP, do our whole thing. Right, again here, we're thinking about looting above all else. We gotta kill first to get a lot of money.
I forgot to skip. Dude, I didn't get the wings, man.
Right.
I'm actually trolling.
Yeah, we forgot the wings.
No way, man.
It's all good.
Dude, I'm so
Right.
unfocused.
And we're just gonna play normal. And this is why, this right here is why I say that the first 3 stages are probably the hardest in the entire run. Because you look at this and you're like, oh my god, I'm about to die. Like, how do I beat this? As a Huntress, I have 4 sticky bombs. I got I got, you know, monster tooth. I got a bunch of bullshit. How do I beat this? How do I beat this? But because we played efficiently, we have time. We have time before the run gets a little out of hand. And we have time to take our time to kill these things. And guess what? By the end of it, we are millionaires. We have so much money, and then we're able to loot the whole stage because we fought three members of the Justice League or whatever the hell. And we have like $1 million that we can spend on the entire stage and clear much, much faster. Right? So this is why, you know, if we can make it to this point, and we can kill these guys, we can get so much money, and we can loot so fast, that we can just, you know, get through it, get a bazillion items, take over the game, and do whatever we want, basically. Right? But getting to this point is the most important part. So by this point, our gameplay kind of shifts from being macro-focused to more micro-focused, right? We are making sure that we are solid with our character, we're not dying to anything, because at this point, anything could kill us, right? Anything can and will kill us.
If we stall it out the right way.
Right, so we're focusing a lot more on playing clean. Right, we can think a lot less about how we can loot efficiently because we have so much money, it's hard to go wrong with that. But this will bring me to my last point I want to make in this VOD. The whole thing about loot and kill, right? Loot and kill. Like we said, looting and killing. Right? We have to be able to tell what we need to do at a certain given point. At a certain given point. Yeah, I'm saying that. That doesn't make any sense, but I'm going to say it. A certain given point. I'm going to say that forever now. So at a certain point, we need to know, do we need money? Right? Same thing we talked about earlier. Do we need money? Or do we need items, right? Crit glasses, right? So this is the point where this becomes very, very important. Because it's very easy, and I see this so often, to where people tunnel vision so hard on killing that we end up wasting time that we could use for looting. Right? And the reason is because we are getting, you know, the full Sinister Six on our stage 4. We're getting every world spawn boss, and these are threats we have to deal with, right? And so we kind of get caught up in killing things so much that we waste time that we could use looting. Alright, and that's not to say that you shouldn't kill these high priority threats. It's just that you can value running and looting over killing them within that moment. I just hit my mic, but that's how important that is. So we have, you know, about 2.3k gold, and at this point I'm feeling like anything more than this is a waste. What I mean by that is if I have more gold than this is well more than enough to get everything that we need to before the TP, at least 80% of the stage. There's no reason we need like 8,000 gold and then loot the stage. You know what I mean? It's perfectly doable to do with 2,000 gold, and it kind of keeps us in a very efficient margin so that we can hit the TP, get just enough gold that we need, get the legendary chest, or do all the extras that we need to do after the boss. But the idea is that people waste so much time specifically on stage 3 and 4 just because they're so tunnel visioned on killing. Right? And so we're spending money, and we're running out of money, but we're getting so much money from everything that we kill that it basically doesn't matter. And we can freely run around and loot everything, right? Basically become a loot goblin and get a bunch of items, right? Breaching fin is actually really nice here. So that's really the last point I wanted to make about the quote-unquote early game as we transition past this into a more fluid kind of playstyle. But yeah, that's basically it for this run, right? So we kill a bunch of things. We have enough money to get so many items that we can, you know, hit the boss. We can do all this stuff. We can charge the TP, right? After we're done, we sail star the legendary chest. We get our win cons, right? And then we're leaving the stage. Let's look at the recap real quick. Right, we're leaving the stage having gotten pretty much everything in 41 minutes. 41 minutes. Which, if you'll notice from the rest of the run, we are keeping approximately 10 minutes a stage, which again, time doesn't matter at all. But the fact that we can spend the same amount of time on stage 1 as stage 4 shows the consistency in the playstyle, right? And so we have so many items, which I can guarantee is more than 41 items, probably like 50, 60 items. In 41 minutes, our item acquisition is off the charts. We're doing great. We got everything we needed, and we did everything we needed as efficiently as possible, right? And so this run isn't crazy at all. Like, I'm not getting wild items at all. Like, we get Boomerang here, which is probably our win condition with Behemoth, and a little bit of crit, Luminous Shot, and Sticky Bombs, but like, there's nothing crazy here. Like, I didn't find a bleed printer, I didn't find a full crit printer, like, I don't have a Clover, you know, ICBM, ATG, nothing crazy here. We have Ice Bands, but like, it's very standard and it's very minimal, but because we're able to play efficiently early on, and keep playing efficiently and not get distracted by things that don't matter, we're able to push ourselves so far through this run, right? And so we go through this run and we end up taking over. We do pretty well, right? Make it to Mithrix. I think I tried skipping with Egg here, it did not work, so we have 2 pillars. And then we do fine, right? Mithrix, dead, Dedge, boom. And then we end up winning. Cool. Right? And we have so many items and in a pretty short amount of time, right? And so that's basically the idea I'm trying to get out here. So let's move on to the next run. Next run we have is Bandit. And I'm going to try and draw a lot less. So I'm going to draw a lot less so we can look at this in a general sense, right? Objectives, right? Stage 1 to 3, we'll call it, right? Actually, we won't call it 1 to 3. We'll call it early objectives, because this could apply to stage 3. I don't want to put a number on it and kind of define it, but early. That's all that matters. Objectives early. Info. Loot. Right? Thinking about kill / loot, but it doesn't really matter early on. But just thinking about that. TP. And then extra, which refers to like our macro and everything, right? So this is going in our brain constantly. We're constantly going through our checklist and we're constantly hitting all these things that we need to do. And we're constantly thinking about that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. We're also gonna think about the map, right? How we want to spawn, how we want to see the TP, and how we want to move, right? How we want to move, right? This is what's happening in our brain. So I'm gonna put this away forever. We're not gonna look at that again because we don't need to. Right, so we can move a lot faster now that we know what we're talking about here. The same kind of deal. Siphon Force is literally a giant circle, so we can move pretty effectively through this. Alright, easy enough. We get a Mocha printer, so we're going to throw everything into Mocha. Pretty solid. Right?
Oh my god, bro.
Don't die to these guys. Right, and so we're moving efficiently. We're making the decisions we want to make, right? Because we want Mocha. It's a good item to have. And we are hitting the TP when we want to hit the TP. 6 minutes, that's fine. And something I want to bring up, actually. This is more of a personal thing, I'll admit. This is more of a personal playstyle thing. But I'm pretty confident in my eyes. So what's happening here is I have, you know, not that many items for stage 1, to be honest. For Siphon Force, this is kind of like not a lot, right? It's good. It's good. It's definitely no Distant Roost. But I am pretty confident that I have everything in the stage, right? I'm pretty confident. So what's actually gonna happen here that you're gonna see, we collect info, we loot, we TP, and then I end up skipping extra. We go straight for the pickle. Pickle. And we make the decision to go pickle immediately after TP because I have a feeling there's nothing here, right? Because I hate Siphon Force. I actually do. I don't really like it. I don't know why. Just something about it. Something the way it looks. So we're gonna go pickle. And then leave immediately, right? And of course we missed the Void Cradle because we're bad. But turns out we're right. Turns out we are right. Sometimes this is going to happen, and this is a part of that decision-making process, right? One chest, two multi-shops, and then one large chest. That's it, right? That's kind of abysmal. Now, there's an argument here to be made about extra, right? That we could have gotten drones. Holy moly. Don't look at that. Drones. Like, we could have gotten drones for extra to spend our money. That would have been more efficient. But at 9-10 minutes, I decided to go, which is fine. Right? So, that is kind of like my thought process behind, you know, stages that have maybe not as many items as other stage ones, right? Sometimes you play a stage 1, you have 14 items. Sometimes you're gonna play Rex and only get 6, right? That can't be just me, by the way. Like, no one else has the Rex curse where they play Rex and literally just don't get as many, like, chest credits. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't like Rex. I like him, but I don't know. That's another video for another time. But same deal here. Foot stage. We're gonna move efficiently. Register. Boom. TP's right there. We know where we're going now. We ping it just cause. A lot of the loot is here. We're gonna get a bunch of this stuff. Right. We're gonna clear away from the teleporter. This little cubby area here. We're also gonna clear up to down. Right. And right now we're in the kill mindset. We have Recycler, by the way. Into Aegis, that's kind of unfortunate, whatever. That's fine. Kind of disparaged about it, but it's okay. And so we're just moving efficiently, and we're clearing efficiently, and we're keeping up. And then we hit the TP. Right, do boss, easy stuff. Charge the TP. And then I think we actually get a card here, and I remember it was some bullshit. Yeah, so we get the card. Sometimes this will happen, by the way. Sometimes this will happen. You get the card, you know, way after you actually need it. Right? So that's kind of unfortunate. But, you know, looking at stage recap, we moved efficiently. We have, you know, quite a good amount of items. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 items in 18 minutes. Very nice. Right? Because we are just moving efficiently, we're making efficient decisions, we're moving well and everything. That's really it. That's really it. And so we choose, I think we go RPD here. We might get TC, which kind of sucks, but we have the card, which is, which kind of makes up for it, I think, with the multi-shops. Right. Very nice. Right. And then by this point, again, stage 3, we have so much more money that we can kind of flip these to where we go loot first, and then we go TP, and then we go extra, right? This is the general gameplay loop of what we're thinking about. So we have the card, right? Hard things are going to spawn. We're going to get a lot of money. We're going to be able to farm a lot. Rip the TC, right? And we're able to get crazy good items. Sorry, not like crazy good items, but a good amount of items in a short amount of time. Right? Thank God for the card. Right, we're gonna loot a little bit more. We're gonna get the boss. Cool, very nice. We're gonna charge. Right, and we're looking around for extras. You know, anything we can use our card on would be great. And then we end up missing one chest, which is fine. But for the most part, this is a very, very nice stage. And then we get all of this in 29 minutes. With the credit card, this run is kind of over, I believe. So we get like crazy multi-shops here. We got shipping requests. Like it's basically over. Even if we get complete garbage, we just have so many items. It's not really gonna matter. So at this point, we're doing our thing where we loot, right? We're killing versus looting. We're killing, getting money, looting, rinse, repeat, right? We're not getting distracted by things that don't really matter. We're not unnecessarily killing or wasting our time or anything. Right, so we're proceeding, getting hella items. Let me see how many items I actually got right there. I wish I would see. Oh yeah, I'm not going to try to do that. But, you know, you get the idea. All of this will result in us being able to fight the boss.
You can't hit my shot.
All right, cool. Cool.
I think we just keep the card, honestly.
Cool. That's fine. Get a headset. And then we're done with the stage in 42 minutes, right? So obviously the card progresses us so much faster here, but the core concepts of looting versus killing still apply here. So we're able to get so many items because we are killing when we need to, right? We end the stage with enough for headset. Honestly, a little too much money for my liking at the end, but still, right? We're leaving at around 42 minutes. Very efficient, very nice. And we are keeping up with 10 minutes a stage, which again is not a defined rule by any means, but just shows our consistency. Right? So we go through, my VOD is not working. That is great. So we're just gonna look at a slideshow here. I think I broke it, hold on. Oh, it's at 0.25, why is that? Okay.
It's looking like we can only get noxious thorns.
So, yeah. Same deal, right? By this point, this is not the early game, right? Our decisions early on benefit us here and make it very easy for us to be able to win this game. But same deal, like it's crazy that we can consistently keep up our time while infinitely snowballing our items. Again, the card is very powerful for that, but it's mainly because of our efficient decision making there. I think that's about it for this one. The last multi-run is going to go really fast. We're basically just going to do the same thing that we've been doing, looking through. By the way, this build, this multi-build, if you made it this far, thank you very much, by the way. But this multi-build is crazy. Rebar and scrap launcher on retool, like, don't sleep on it, bro. It's good. I promise you. Alright, so same deal here. We're going to move through the stage. We move efficiently. This one is literally a giant circle. I know that I say that every time, but like, this is literally a big circle. So we're gonna move through, right? Collect the items that we need to collect. We print into watches because that's a pretty good win con. Because I was kind of uncertain about our proccing capabilities. So raw damage is never too bad. And we didn't really get to see it, but you know, we can assume through our gameplay was pretty consistent, and we're able to get to this point in the stage where we are pickle pathing. You know, we're leaving the stage at about 12 minutes, 12, 13 minutes, something like that. And we have, you know, crazy amount of items, right? And this will infinitely scale us through the rest of the run, right? This does so much for us, right? By, you know, stage 3, we have so many items here, way more than 25. We're keeping up well past 1 item a minute, which is, it's a pretty good scale for your efficiency, right? And we're going through, we're getting crazy strong, you know, getting good items. We're doing all the things we need to do on the stage in just a shorter amount of time. So that's really all I wanted to kind of look at in this video. So the main takeaway here is that these simple things matter so much more than people think. And a lot of people who play Eclipse, and especially Eclipse 8, if you're trying to play Eclipse 8 and struggling to consistently get wins or even try to get that golden Eclipse 8, I would look at the smaller things. Look at how you think about the game. If you're thinking about the game at all in this way, right? This is what my brain looks like. Literally. I have circles in my brain and they look this bad. They really do look this bad all the time. I have this handwriting in my brain. I got these crit glasses in my brain, right? All of these are so much more valuable than people realize, and I think it would really benefit you in your runs if you try and, you know, be a little bit more present about the smaller things in the early stages, and then be able to progress yourself from there into a run that is easily winnable with your amazing skills. As you're watching this, I know you are the GOAT. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Jacob. Imagine how many people I just got right there. But yeah, that's all I want to talk about. Hopefully this wasn't too long of a video. Yep, so if you made it all the way to the end of the video, honestly, thank you so much. This is a lengthy one. I kind of talk a lot, but hopefully you found some kind of value out of this that'll help you in your Eclipse climb or your general Eclipse gameplay. Expect some more things like this. I really like to talk about how intricate this game is, even though it seems very, very simple. And hopefully some of these things help you out. Like I said, if you have any questions or any concerns, anything to add to the video, you think my playstyle is cool, you think the mindset is it could be a little bit better, be sure to let me know down in the comments. If you have any questions or want something specified, or any kind of video made to specify something that you're having trouble with, be sure to let me know in the comments. I know there is not a lot of educational Eclipse 8 content, so I really do want to try and fill that area there to the best of my ability. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to ask. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you see you next time. Bye bye.